Welcome to the OHL Fanboys podcast, live from the 99th MasterCard Memorial Cup at the WSU Center in Windsor, Ontario. I'm Steve McLean. This is Brian Thompson. Post-game coverage, Game 2, the Erie Otters and the Seattle Thunderbirds. Brian, Erie coming away with a pretty convincing 4-2 win with an empty netter, but not as nearly as good of a game as we saw in the opener last night.
No, and that continues your streak, doesn't it?
I saw that tweet from you. See, Brian, during the game, went all high class on us and went to a damn sweep.
Oh no, don't change the subject.
And then I get a tweet from him after the game. He informed me that the last time an OHL team lost any Memorial Cup game, period, was the 2014 final, while losing to Edmonton, you son of a bitch.
So it was really nice of Erie to keep that streak going. Good for them. Other than that, what a boring game.
A couple nice goals, but yeah, overall, I mean, that first period really did drag and drag and drag.
And then after it dragged a little bit more.
Yeah, like at one point you're just like, oh, for God's sakes, let the icing go. But I mean, second period got a little bit better. Third period, I think it was like very end of the second there was the best part of the game. Not just because the goals going back and forth, but Seattle kind of stepped up their physicality a little bit. But beyond that, Erie comes out in the third period, gets that quick goal from Dylan Strome, and Seattle really didn't have much of a pushback at all. A little bit, but nothing too dangerous.
No, I think they were still playing on West Coast time or something because it's 12 p.m. local, and when that game started, they just weren't showing up to play. They were dumping it in, chasing after it, and then sitting back waiting for the puck to come their way instead of, going after the damn puck.
Their goaltender, Stankowski, I thought had a very good game. He kept them in it.
He's stupid good. I cannot wait for tomorrow, Stankowski versus TPX.
Stankowski just turned 17 last week. An incredible game for him. How he didn't get one of the stars, I don't know. They gave one of the stars to Barzell. I didn't think he was anything special. Dylan Strome had a good game, I thought. Timpano, one of those goals was a bit iffy. It's just one of those, Seattle just needed to get shots on net. And I don't know, they just couldn't get things done today. They didn't look good. Erie loves to clog up that middle, right? I noticed it during a stretch of 4-on-4 play. Erie was just going with 1 and 3.
Yeah, 3 on the line.
It's what they kind of did in the Mississauga series. They knew Mississauga had speed and skill, so they just kind of clog up that middle, and that's what they did today.
And that's the problem with as a neutral fan. It's like, oh, $75. Here you are, Memorial Cup, and it's trap hockey.
It's
with no stakes.
It's happened to me before at these Memorial Cups, watching a bit of trap hockey. So that's what made last night's game just so good. And it was refreshing to see, especially from a team that had been off for so long. So,
well, they got to come back and play tomorrow, though, the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Seattle, tomorrow is the game they really, it's almost a must-win for them. As we know, only one team has ever won the whole tournament, down 0-2. Smiley McGee over here. Can you see Seattle beating St. John? Last night, maybe your opinion has changed on St. John.
It's one game for each team, and I'm not calling the Spitfires world beaters, and I'm not calling the Thunderbirds a piece of dog crap. Let's see what they do now that they've got accustomed. Erie's accustomed to the WSU Center. They've played here twice, but some players have played here more than that. Whereas Seattle, it's their first time trying out these boards, these sight lines, these going through the media accreditation stuff, having to go through interviews different, sleeping in different hotels. So you gotta let those first game, even though it counts in the record book, skim off. That's why they get to play 3. So I expect to see a very different Seattle team out there tomorrow.
I would hope it's going to be a good game. The Spitfires are going to be pumped because they won their first game, and they're still looking for something to prove after all that time off. But Seattle, man, that was a team that was very good in the WHL playoffs. And even when, with Erie up 3-2 and Seattle not looking like they were doing anything good today, I still knew. We saw that game against Regina, Game 6, where Seattle had that huge comeback at the end. I knew it wasn't over once the empty netter was in there. But
if this Seattle team shows up tomorrow, it's over.
Yeah,
the Windsor energy they had last night for 55 minutes, Seattle cannot sustain that, and that's just watching these two games. This isn't biased Spitfire fan here. The Spitfires came out guns blazing, and this was a Seattle team more than happy to sit back. They cannot afford to do that in the first period tomorrow before nothing.
No, if Seattle, Seattle needs to come out with not just a good effort, but they got to get that win tomorrow. Like if they lose tomorrow, they are in trouble. Obviously, it wouldn't be over because they could beat St. John on Tuesday, and they could go to a tiebreaker, all that stuff. But the bottom line is, it's one of those. It's like when you're down 2-0 in a series. You don't have to win the next game, but it's pretty much a must-win situation for them.
That's awesome. You lose one game, you're down 2-0.
It's just it's a bad deal, and as we know, as I said, you guys are the only ones who've come back from it. So Seattle's got their backs to the wall right now. Certainly not out of it, but they need to get going tomorrow against the Spitfires.
One thing I'll say though, I'm impressed with their fans. They traveled. And, it's one thing if you know you're hosting or anything, or if you know your team's really good. Yep. But this is a Seattle team where, you got to fly cross country, get hotel accommodations, tickets, and all that stuff very last minute. They were damn well represented today.
They were the last team to qualify, too. They just won the WHL title, last Sunday?
Yeah.
So it's been less than 6 days ago. And there was a lot considering, there was way more Erie fans in the building, but that's only 4 hours down the road. Seattle is a 4.5-hour flight across the country. So kudos to the Seattle fans who made it out today, but also kudos to the Otters fans. It was loud with Otters fans in there today. Good situation for them with this being a 3 p.m. game, probably the only one where they could make it a day trip and go home tonight. So
it's the cup, no damn excuse.
No, exactly. I'd imagine the Otters, their fans will be well represented on Monday when they face the Sea Dogs. So in the battle of aquatic creatures.
I think mammal aquatic creatures.
Yes, exactly.
Tortoises almost. No, not porpoises.
Porpoises.
Why?
I am excited. I'm still excited for this tournament. Today was a little bit of a stinker, but at the same time a close game. Whenever you can't see a close game, like at least it wasn't a stinker where some teams up 7-1 and you're just going.
And
why are we still here? At least like through that whole third period, it's like there is a chance Seattle can tie this. We could get overtime. Who knows, right? So I would much rather see a close game that's a stinker than a blowout that's a stinker.
Nice part about we got the hookup from our good friend on the show, Bill Kelso. He had some luxury suite, and the game was so boring, but I got to people watch. People watching was fun.
You were up
Memorial Cup.
You were up there amongst the hockey celebrity world.
Mike Babcock was there with DJ Smith and Lou Lamorelle. Jeff Blashill was here. Of course, Dave Branch was milling about. So lots of OHL alumni, but also big-time NHL guys out there too.
Yeah, it's kind of the who's who of hockey. Other than obviously the NHL conference finals are going on right now, but in the hockey world, you got the World Championships on the other side of the world, but not many people. Whatever. This is kind of one of those places to be as far as hockey is concerned right now. And I saw earlier today, I saw Guelph's play-by-play announcer Steve Fitzsimmons. I said, "Oh, you're here," and I'm like, "Well, of course you're here." Like everyone connected with the CHL is here right now, and why wouldn't you be? It's a great event. And, we had fun at the tailgate again today. I think we realized that 4 hours is a bit more. It's a bit better for tailgating than.
I am so sunny.
As you can see, it looks like your eye is even sunken.
My lips, the most. It's just. So I'm not complaining.
No.
Whatever. I'm having a blast. I'm feeling it now.
When you tailgate for like 8 hours, that might be good for like a weekend, but it's like, holy crap, we got 10 days of this.
Yeah.
7 more games, probably, hopefully. So we got to pace ourselves here. I got into the booze bit yesterday, but
I finally had one beer today.
One. What's up?
Someone's got to not slur their ass on this.
We'll see how tomorrow goes because the weatherman isn't looking kind to us.
Well, it's not going to stop us from guests, though.
No.
We might not have our usual guest interviews in the parking lot like we've been accustomed to, but
we might have to be in here tomorrow for a preview.
How are you going to ask a coach or a GM or any of the guys to be like, hey, come out and get soaking wet and then go sit in the rink for 3 hours?
Yeah, they're not gonna. I wouldn't want to be out there tomorrow either. And it sounds like the hosts of our tailgate, who we will have on here at some point during the week tomorrow, but there may not be a tailgate tomorrow. We'll see, if the weatherman cooperates with us or not. But
I hope so. There's 25 pounds of chicken wings just sitting there waiting to go in my belly.
we also have to mention before we wrap this up today. The breakfast is tomorrow morning.
So you're running out of damn time, people. Get your ass to eat some pea meal bacon.
We have been plugging this for how long now? A few months. And
you've been plugging it. You don't let me on the outros.
Tomorrow morning, this will be the last time we plug it. Of course, tomorrow morning at the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 255 down in Windsor. obviously. Doors open at 9:30, breakfast is at 10. If you want in, your last chance. Now you can buy at the door. They do like to have numbers shirred up. So if you know right now you want to go, email memcupfan@yahoo.com. If not, you can show up tomorrow morning and pay $20 at the door. The Memorial Cup is going to be there. If you just want to see the Memorial Cup and get in on raffles and don't want breakfast, it's $5 to get into that. All money being raised goes to the Windsor Spitfires Foundation and Nobby's Kids, and getting kids to play hockey, local kids to play hockey. And of course, if you happen to have any kids hockey equipment, donate it, and that'll go to their cause as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
And you've said it so many times, and there's nothing further I can add.
I should actually mention the CHL donated, I think it's about 5 more jerseys today.
Yeah, like from Super Series.
All a bunch of Super Series jerseys.
That is an old Thunderbirds jersey. That's awesome. That is beauty. No league patches or anything.
That's an 80s right there. Some Thunderbirds.
That's as close as I come to like accosting a woman. I'm not like flirting or making sexual remarks. It's just, damn girl, nice jersey.
It was.
Is that New Era knit? Yeah.
Of course, our friend Ben here is just off.
Oh, is Ben going to be on the podcast? Finally?
Ben is sad.
Aw, come here, Benny.
Ben, as some of you may know, is Brian's close friend.
Hetero life
mate. He is a Spitfires fan, but is transplanted to Seattle for work. You've become a T-Birds fan, and naturally you're cheering for the T-Birds today, but it's the T-Birds and the Spits tomorrow.
Well, the T-Birds earned their spot in this tournament. They weren't given it by being the only team. Purchased it by being the only team to put in a bid for this tournament. So,
unconfirmed.
I'm going to support a hard-working, excellent young club in the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Gotta love that goalie.
Oh, amazing. He had 7 regular season appearances all year. Starter goes down before playoffs. He went 16-4.
0 Memorial Cup wins.
That'll change tomorrow.
I hope not.
Compared to Michael DiPietro's 1 Memorial Cup win. I mean,
it's war tomorrow.
These two.
I love you, man, but it's war tomorrow.
So anyway, a bunch of jerseys. So come out to the breakfast tomorrow morning. Not just jerseys. A lot of things could be up for sale, or not for sale, for raffle. There's gonna be some silent auctions. Memorial Cup's gonna be there. We're gonna have some bacon. It's gonna be great. And then we come to tailgate.
I gotta poop.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and for listening to the podcast as usual. And tomorrow, of course, we'll see you for the Windsor Spitfires and the Seattle Thunderbirds. For Brian Thompson, I am Steve McLean. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. So long.